Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever looked at a celebrity and thought, wow, they have it all figured out? Perfect career, glamorous life. It seems like they were just born with a roadmap to success. But what if I told you that many of them stumbled, failed, and learned hard lessons just like us? Today we're pulling back the curtain and diving into the powerful life lessons that some of the world's biggest stars wish they had learned sooner. These aren't just Hollywood stories. They're universal truths that can change the way you see your own journey. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's get into it. First up, let's talk about the one and only Oprah Winfrey. It's hard to imagine a time when she wasn't the queen of media, but her early career was full of setbacks. She was once demoted from her dream job as a news anchor, being told she was unfit for television. Can you believe that? Instead of letting that rejection define her, Oprah learned a crucial lesson. Your greatest weakness can become your greatest strength. She realized her overly emotional and empathetic style, which made her a bad news anchor, was the perfect ingredient for a talk show host who could connect with people on a deep human level. The lesson here? Don't run from the things that make you different. Embrace them. That unique trait you might be insecure about could be the very thing that sets you on the path to greatness. Next, let's look at the incredible Keanu Reeves. He's known for his kindness and humility, but his life has been marked by profound personal tragedy. Through it all, he's taught us a powerful lesson about resilience and perspective. He famously said, "Every struggle in your life has shaped you into the person you are today. Be thankful for the hard times. They can only make you stronger." This isn't about toxic positivity or ignoring pain. It's about understanding that hardship is a part of life's curriculum. What Keanu wishes he and all of us knew earlier is that you can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. It's about finding meaning even in the darkest moments and choosing to move forward with grace and strength. The tough times don't just break you, they can also build you. Now for a lesson on self-worth from the amazing Viola Davis. Before becoming an Oscar-winning actress, she spent years struggling to fit into an industry that had a very narrow definition of beauty and talent. She tried to change herself, to be what she thought Hollywood wanted. Her big realization? The only thing that separates women of color from anyone else is opportunity. But more than that, she learned that her true power came from owning every single part of who she is. She wishes she'd known earlier that you don't need to wait for someone else to validate you. You have to be the hero of your own story. Stop seeking permission to be yourself. Your voice, your story, and your presence are valid and necessary exactly as they are. That authenticity is your superpower. Let's switch gears and talk about failure with the master of innovation, Steve Jobs. Before the iPhone and the global phenomenon that is Apple, Jobs was famously fired from the very company he co-founded. He described it as devastating. But in hindsight, he called it the best thing that could have ever happened to me. Why? Because it forced him to start over. It freed him from the pressure of success and allowed him to enter one of the most creative periods of his life. The lesson he learned is one we all need to hear. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of it. He wished he'd understood sooner that getting fired or failing at something you love isn't a dead end. It's a redirection. It's an opportunity to rediscover your passion and approach things with a beginner's mind, which is often where the real magic happens. Think about the hilarious and talented Mindy Kaling. As a writer and actress, she broke down so many barriers. But for a long time, she was waiting for someone to give her a chance, to write the roles she wanted to play. What did she wish she knew? If you don't see a clear path for what you want, sometimes you have to make it yourself. She got tired of waiting and wrote her own show, The Atypical Project, which eventually became the hit series, The Mindy Project. The lesson is all about taking initiative. Don't sit around hoping for your dream job or your perfect opportunity to fall into your lap. Be proactive. Write the book, start the business, create the art. You have the power to build your own door if no one is opening one for you. Your future is in your hands, not someone else's. Another powerful lesson comes from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Before he was the highest paid actor in the world, his dream was to be a professional football player. When he was cut from the Canadian Football League, he was left with just $7 in his pocket, and his dream was shattered. He fell into a deep depression. The lesson he learned during that dark time was the importance of asking for help and holding on to faith. He realized that sometimes your dream has to die for a bigger, better one to be born. He wishes he'd known that it's okay to not be okay, and that vulnerability is a strength. He often says, "It's okay to be a mess. Just don't unpack and live there. Acknowledge your pain, talk to someone, and then remember that a setback is just a setup for a comeback." Let's talk about the pressure to be perfect, a lesson from Emma Watson. Growing up in the spotlight as Hermione Granger, she felt an immense pressure to be a flawless role model. She spent years striving for perfection, only to realize it was an impossible and exhausting goal. What she wishes she knew earlier is the beauty of imperfection. She learned to embrace her flaws and be more compassionate with herself. She said, "I'm just going to be me. And if people don't like it, that's their problem, not mine." This is such a vital message in our social media-driven world. Chasing an airbrushed, filtered idea of perfection will only lead to anxiety and burnout. True confidence comes from accepting your whole self, the good, the bad, and the beautifully imperfect. And finally, a lesson on the power of kindness from Lady Gaga. She's a global superstar, known for her bold artistry, but at the core of her message is something simple: kindness. Having been bullied in school, she learned early on how painful words can be. But the lesson she wants everyone to know is that kindness is the most powerful currency we have. She advocates fiercely for mental health and creating a kinder, braver world. She wishes the world knew that success isn't just about what you achieve, but how you treat people along the way. In a world that can often feel harsh and competitive, choosing compassion, for others and for yourself, is a radical act. It doesn't cost anything, but its impact is priceless. It can change someone's day and it can change the world. So, what do all these stories tell us? That the journeys of the rich and famous are surprisingly human. They teach us to embrace our uniqueness like Oprah, to find strength in hardship like Keanu, to own our worth like Viola, and to see failure as a stepping stone like Steve Jobs. They remind us to create our own paths like Mindy, to be resilient like The Rock, to let go of perfection like Emma Watson, and to lead with kindness like Lady Gaga. These aren't just celebrity anecdotes. They're life lessons for all of us. The next time you're feeling lost or discouraged, remember these stories. Remember that your struggles are not a sign of weakness. They are part of your story, shaping you into the incredible person you are destined to become. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope these stories inspired you as much as they inspired me. Which celebrity's lesson resonated with you the most? Let me know down in the comments. I love reading your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more content that aims to inspire and uplift. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, take care and keep shining.